Listen, I know y'all are probably like, PS Compulsion, where have you been? You only posted like one video since NBA 2K23 came out. Bro, I've been playing my NBA eras, and I honestly want to do like a review of the game mode, because honestly, I'm feeling it, bro. I'm really feeling it. I just been playing around with it, doing a bunch of random BS, and I've been having a lot of fun. So that brings me to today, right? We are going to be rebuilding a team that definitely needed a rebuild back when the team first was brought into the NBA. I'm talking about none other than the Charlotte Bobcats, bro. If there's any team in the history of the NBA that needed to be rebuilt, was the Charlotte Bobcats. So today, we about to have some fun with that, and we doing it during the Kobe era, one of my favorite eras in the NBA. That's what I grew up watching, bro. I grew up watching the Kobe era, and more than likely, I'm gonna do like an episodic series around the Kobe era. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I'm not going to tell you in this episode. Anyways, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince YouTube PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because we about to drop some bangers, and you do not want to miss that. So we're starting during the Kobe era. As I mentioned, I think they were brought into the NBA, the Charlotte Bobcats, around like 2004, 2003, I believe. But that intro, I never get tired of it. That's so dope. As of right now, it's going to take a lot of simulation, probably like at least 2 seasons. As you can see, the Charlotte Bobcats are not here, so I'm going to select all the teams. I'm going to mess around with the settings and make sure that I could actually like skip past everything, or else I think everything is just going to keep popping up, like in terms of like trades and all that BS. Anyways, it says, yeah, the Charlotte Bobcats joined the league in 2004. There we go. So right now we're starting in 2002, so that means I'm going to have to simulate this season, and more than likely the next season as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's eliminate, and the Lakers win. There we go. Shaq and Kobe win a championship. Shaq Finals MVP, averaging 31 points per game. Yo, who could really stop Shaq back then? Like, literally the only person that could stop Shaq is Shaq himself. But anyways, a lot of people are retiring for the NBA this season. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, etc, etc. So a lot of the known legends are starting to exit the NBA. This is the most stacked draft class ever. Number 1, LeBron James is going to the Miami Heat. So he never left Cleveland to go to Miami. He gets drafted by Miami. Carmelo goes to the Chicago Bulls. I expected them to take like D-Wade. D-Wade is going to the Seattle Sonics. That's crazy. So let's see. The Utah Jazz select Chris Bosh. So your big 4 all being split up on different teams. Who's number 5? Daniel Pickett. I don't even know if that's a real player, bro. Is that a real player? I don't think so. Another season in the books. Shaq, MVP, Rookie of the Year. LeBron, of course, averaging 26 his rookie season. That's some my career numbers, bro. That's really some my career numbers. And Greg Popovich, he won Coach of the Year, etc, etc. None of this really matters, but it's crazy to see. I expect maybe the Lakers to win. I gotta keep clicking X to skip past everything. The Lakers in the finals against the New Jersey Nets, and the Los Angeles Lakers win again. Shaq averaging 34 in the finals. Better than last year. Let that sink in. A lot more players retiring from the NBA though. Horace Grant, Avery Johnson. It's our time to shine. Guess what? Your Charlotte Bobcats expansion team, they are being added into the NBA, so I got to switch my control over to them. There we go. I got to make sure that the league meetings hasn't approved. I don't want to mess anything up. So league realignment, it just popped up. The option was not there before, but here we are. Charlotte, we ready. I could finally deselect all these teams, and now I could go and select the Charlotte Bobcats. So the rebuild officially begins 2 seasons later, and I don't know how I want to rebuild this team. Literally, I'm just going on the fly right now. I literally just started my recording and started 2K, and I'm just going to record. So where are we? Aren't we supposed to have like at least a top 5 pick? We're a new team. Let me skip to this lottery results. Not top 3. Oh, we got the 4th overall pick. I kind of want to trade up for that number 1 pick, but who am I going to choose with number 4? I don't know. You guys know every time I do a rebuild, I create my own custom GM. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Vegas. That's my name, the new general manager of the Charlotte Bobcats. Let me show you up close in person portfolio. There we go. So Pete Vegas, GM of the Charlotte Bobcats. Now, in terms of the staff signing, I always go with the best available because they don't have like the real life coaches back then in general. They got a lot of custom coaches. So just went with the best available. Mason Lee, he got a lot of good stats. So that's our coach. The expansion draft is coming. So I get to check out all the other teams who they have unprotected. And of course, they're not making Kobe unprotected. Like, come on, bro, give me Kobe. Like, let Kobe Bryant be an option. I would then choose Kobe. Of course, who wouldn't? But looking at all these teams, who really cares? Let me get to the expansion draft. So let's see who we have to choose from, and everybody is garbage. Well, at least the top 4 players is not too bad. But a lot of these players are just custom players, bro. You know what I'm gonna do? All right, here's my strategy for the expansion draft right now. What I'm gonna do, looking at most of these players, they're on 1-year deals. So I'm just gonna sign a bunch of players that's on 1-year deals. So our team is trash as of this moment, but I did accomplish what I wanted to. 1-year deals for most players except for one player. Eddie Robinson, he's on a 2-year deal. So right now, I'm going to either trade most of these guys or just let them walk next season. I don't think we're going to be able to sign anyone good this off season. I mean, we're a brand new expansion team, but crazier things have happened. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm really going to go for it. The best player on our team is a 74 overall. This is going to be a rough rebuild. I'm literally going for the best available. NBA draft time. The Utah Jazz is on the clock. Dwight Howard goes number 1 to the Utah Jazz. Didn't they choose Chris Bosh last season? I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit later. Let me see if I could trade up to the 2nd pick, maybe. Or let's see what's going on around the NBA. A lot of good players. Yeah, they got Chris Bosh and Dwight Howard. Talk about the Twin Towers down low. Let me see if I could get... Well, I want to see if I could trade for Dwight Howard, but apparently I can't do that. So let's see. Kevin Martin goes number 2 to Atlanta. I thought he was going to fall a lot further down in the draft. Devin Harris goes 3rd overall. Now it's time for us to choose. The question is, who should we choose? Ben Gordon. That was my guy. He was on the Bulls, I think. Sean Livingston. Okay. Iggy. Josh Smith. I forgot about him, bro. That dude was so dope. How old is he? 18. An 18-year-old Josh Smith. I don't know. Alright, so I'm stuck between... I like Jameer Nelson, too. Tony Allen. Honestly, I'm stuck between Iggy and Josh Smith. Maybe Ben Gordon. Nah, I'm taking him out of the equation. Alright, so Iggy and Josh Smith. Those are 2 cornerstones that I could possibly build around and get a better team and see what I could do. I think I'm going to go with Iggy. I'm doing it. I'm going with him. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the 4th pick, we choose Andre Iguodala. Let's get it. I mean, I just really need to clear some cap space and get these guys off my team. So, why not? So, we just drafted Trevor Ariza. We got a future 2nd rounder. I could skip to the end of the draft because none of this other BS matters at this point. So, Dwight Howard goes number 1. Kevin Martin number 2. Devin Harris number 3. We get Iggy. We get Iggy, 76 overall. I'm probably going to put him at, like, the small forward position. I don't think he's a true, like, shooting guard, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. He could play the shooting guard, but I feel like he's more of a forward. He's tall, lengthy, got a good wingspan, so I feel like I'll change that eventually. So now, let's push forward. Free agency moratorium period. Pau Gasol. I kind of like that idea. Pau Gasol and Andre Iguodala. And then all we need really is a good point guard. Oh, they got Ginobili there too. This free agency is going to be interesting. I'm going for Pau Gasol. Definitely. And I'm going for Ginobili. After the free agency moratorium period, I didn't get who I wanted except for Ginobili. A young Ginobili at that. So Brandon Haywood, Jamal Crawford, Manu Ginobili. I kind of like that backcourt with Jamal Crawford and Ginobili. I don't know if I'm going to keep Jamal Crawford. I want to see if I can find me a better point guard. I don't feel like he's a true point guard. And if I do keep him after the 1 year, I'll probably put him at the 2. Because I feel like that will work out a lot better for him, having him at the 2 guard position. Just in my opinion. I feel like that might work. But anyways, let's look at, where is it at? The roster so far, we got Jamal Crawford, Iggy, Ginobili, Brendan Haywood, a young Brendan Haywood. So we got some nice young players right now that I feel like we could definitely build around. But Iggy, I did put him at the small forward position. That way, Ginobili is going to be the starting 2 guard. I know he normally came off the bench back then. So, Ginobili, Iggy, Jamal Crawford. I feel like that's pretty decent for right now. And Iggy's overall went up, moving him to the small forward. I mean, this is more about cap space, but that future first rounder is looking mighty good too, in all honesty. So I'm going to go ahead and make the deal. Why not? Go ahead and trade with the Toronto Raptors. Got rid of a lot of cap space. We're good. We got a nice pick back in exchange. So the roster is looking decent, but I might have to trade one player. I think we're over the amount of players. I'm going to trade this guy, Darvin Ham. I mean, this will do. 2 future second rounders. I will take it because in the second round, in the second round, you be finding some real gems. Golden State has agreed to my trade offer. This is going to be another bad season. So this is the 2005 NBA draft class. Who's in this draft class? That's who I got to get. Danny Granger. Not Danny Granger. Chris Paul. We got to get CP3. I mean, did you really expect us to have a good season, though? Kobe MVP. Rest in peace to the Mamba. 29 points per game. Rookie of the Year, Joey Starks. Is that a real person? I don't think so. He sounds like a wrestler, Joey Starks. Anyways, we did not make the postseason yet again. So let me look at the player stats, not the playoff stats. The player stats, Jamal Crawford. Who averaged the most points? Jamal Crawford. And that Samson guy, that created player. So Ginobili averaged 10. Iggy averaged 11. That's not too bad, actually. That's actually not too bad at all. But anyways, let me simulate past the postseason. This was a bad season in general. I expected the Lakers to win the championship. Tracy McGrady and the Orlando Magic are champs. I mean, this rule change don't do nothing for me. It's just there. So, a lot of team rebrands for the historic changes. I'm approving that. League meetings, of course. So, draft lottery time. Where are we? We should be in the top 5. Should be in the top 5, but no matter what happens, let me skip to the lottery results first. Okay, the Dallas Mavericks. No matter what happens, bro, we have to get that number 1 pick from Dallas. We have to. We're getting Chris Paul. Chris Paul with Manu Ginobili and a young Iggy? I mean, I could get D. Will. My son Darren Williams, but I'm getting Chris Paul, bro. I don't care what happens. We got to find a trade for this number 1 pick. Right now, I'm not having no luck, but I'm going to keep trying. No matter how long it takes, no matter who I got to give up, I got to get this deal. I'm not letting Chris Paul be paired with Dirk. A prime Dirk at that. That's not happening. The problem is, what are we going to trade? So my plan with the expansion team actually backfired because there's not many players we could trade. Literally. We might have to give up a lot of our first rounders. I know they're going to accept it if I give them a boatload of first rounders. Like, what team would not do that? But how much more do they want, bro? Like, I don't have nothing else to offer. I'll throw in another first rounder. Let's see, maybe some second rounders. I don't want to throw in that other first rounder there. I'm just throwing some second rounders too. Why not? I have no choice. I'm just throwing everything that I can for this number 1 pick. I gotta get CP3. They accepted the deal, ladies and gentlemen. The Dallas Mavericks just accepted the deal. We are about to draft CP3. Let's go. So, with the first pick in the 2005 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Chris Paul. Let's get it. We don't need Jamal Crawford right now. The chances of re-signing free agent Jamal Crawford, we don't need him anymore, bro. We got our point guard, our point guard. We gonna be lit for years to come. Yo, this is too lit, bro. The rest of the draft really wasn't that good, in all honesty. There's some decent players, but Chris Paul was really the highlight of that draft. We got CP. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and sign him. And Ronnie Turioff, too. That was my guy when he was on the New York Knicks back then. Remember when he was traded to the Knicks with Melo, I believe? That's my guy right there. So, looking at the team, we still have Jamal Crawford for right now, but his contract expired. We got Ginobili, Iggy, and CP3. One thing that we need is a good power forward and center. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but I was trying to get Shaquille O'Neal. I tried. He made the smart decision to stay with Kobe, but we did get a good big man. After the third day of the free agency moratorium period, we got my son David West on a cheap deal and Tyson Chandler, who are signed into a max. We need someone that Chris Paul could run the pick and roll with. Tyson Chandler fits the bill perfectly. David West could score. There we go. We got those two guys. So Tyson Chandler, Chris Paul, Iggy. That's our big three right now. The best players on our squad. Ginobili is still down there. He's about to turn 28. So he should be hitting his peak pretty soon. Hopefully he could hit like an 82 or something. I mean, this should do. Tyrone Hill, Jared Jeffries, Speedy Claxton. I remember that dude. So there we go. Jared Jeffries, I feel like he should be a power forward. When he played for my Knicks, I think he was a power forward. But nonetheless, the team is slowly coming together. Are we going to win a championship next season? No, but the team is really coming together. But let me see. Jared Jeffries. They have him really as a small forward. I don't know. Definitely not signing this guy back. So I'm signing Tyronn Lue. And I'm letting go of that other creative player, Raja Bell. Go ahead and sign him. I'm just about filling out my roster at this point. I think we're all set. This roster is looking as complete as it ever will be. Iggy's stats went up, Tyson Chandler as well. So we got a very young Tyson Chandler. He's probably at his peak right now. He got a few more good years, but I feel like the team really, really looks good. I feel like we're a first round exit. I think so. First round exit, at least a first round exit. We gotta make the postseason. Season complete. LeBron James MVP Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul, 17 points per game, 7.8 assists, basically 8 assists per game. And Tyson Chandler won Most Improved Player, averaging 16 points and 12 rebounds after I gave him the max deal. Let's get it. Let's get it. So we had a pretty decent season, 40 and 42 for the season. And we still didn't make the postseason. We still literally did not make the postseason. Let's see. The New Jersey Nets NBA champs Jason Kidd wins a ring. Well deserved for my son Jason Kidd. So let's look at the season stats, right? Tyson Chandler, I'm glad that he's balling out with Chris Paul. As you can see, Chris Paul leading scorer, Tyson Chandler. So we got a dynamic duo right there. Run the pick and roll. They could do their thing. David West, surprisingly, averaging 14 points per game. That's a lot. I expected Iggy to be averaging that amount. Possibly Ginobili. But we do have a lot more scoring options on the team now, so we don't really need Ginobili for that. Mainly for playmaking. Only changes that's really needed, well, historical changes I should say, is just the team branding. League meetings. Rejecting everything. So since we were in the middle of the pack, so we're in the middle of the NBA draft. I mean, this draft really wasn't that good. JJ Redick going to the 76ers. They got Rudy in there, Kyle Lowry, a prime Rondo, Andrea Bargnani, bro. But I did draft Joe Ingles, like you guys saw, Steve Novak as well. I'm not taking Novak. I'll take a young Joe Ingles, because I know what he could be. I mean, this is pretty decent. The main thing that I really wanted for this free agency period was just to re-sign our players and bring in a lot of depth. I feel like that's what the team need. A lot of offense. Turkoglu, Kyle Korver, and those boys. We're going to be good, bro. So looking at the roster right now, I feel like at every position we're pretty decent. Got a good mix of defense and offense, which was the main thing that I really, really wanted. So skipping to player progression. Chris Paul is now a 90 overall. Well, basically an 89 overall. Tyson Chandler is right up there as well. Iggy is now up there as well. Ginobili should have been improving a lot more than that. But the fact that everybody is young is really going to help us. We're using that for our benefit right now. A young CP3 for years to come. We got to put a team around him early, bro. We definitely do. I mean, next season, we're probably not going to be 2007 NBA draft class. Next season, we're probably not going to be that good either. So, who's in the 2007... Kevin Durant. We got to get him during the offseason. If we could pull Kevin Durant some way, somehow, this rebuild is done. I'm going for some major BS, bro. I'm getting Kevin Durant. Fit him on this roster, it's over. That's a pretty good season. MVP, LeBron James. Andrea Bargnani, Rookie of the Year. Dude is a catfish, bro. That dude was not good. Anyways, Looking at our record, 51 wins, 31 losses. We're getting better with each year. The more that Chris Paul improves, Ginobili improves, Andre Iguodala improves. So I feel like we're doing good, bro. Definitely doing good. We made the postseason. We're lit. So now let's take a look. Leading scorer for our team, Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler. There we go. Iggy averaging 14 points. David West still up there. I'm glad he could score. Kyle Korver putting up buckets. So we got a good mix of offense, defense. That's the only thing that I really cared about. Led by CP3. This team is pure trash, bro. I thought LeBron's team in Cleveland was bad, but he's on the Miami Heat. It's prime LeBron we're talking about. He's a 96 overall. I don't feel like we're beating him in this first round. I'm sorry. So I'm going to skip game by game. We're down 2-0. 2-1. 2-2. Can we make it out the first round? Come on. I'm going to use Simcast for this last one. So let's see if we could force a game 7 against LeBron and the Miami Heat. We're getting smacked. Yeah, it's over. I could have figured that. I figured we would have got smacked by LeBron. It happens. Your Charlotte Bobcats have been eliminated. Why did it show us as the Charlotte Hornets? Anyways, that must be a glitch. So Gilbert Arenas and the Toronto Raptors. Ooh, look at this. So we're getting a team rebrand, which is pretty lit. And then social media is now a thing, so that's pretty interesting. But anyways, skipping to the draft lottery. Let's see, where do we end up? Man, I need to get that first pick. That's why I'm glad we have all this depth. I could throw in as many people as possible. We have to get that first pick, bro. We need Kevin Durant. If we could get Kevin Durant, this rebuild is over. Question is, I don't got anybody else I could trade. But I'm glad I got a lot of the players that I got. The younger versions of themselves. I can't even include... I would include Ginobili in this deal. Like, I can't include nobody else. Oh, Tyronn Lue. There we go. So, Turkoglu, Kyle Korver, Joe Ingles, Tyronn Lue, a first rounder. Come on, bro. I'm going to throw in a second rounder. I'm going to throw that in as well. Can we get... I want to cry. I think I want to cry. Ladies and gentlemen... Forget everything else. I'm skipping to the NBA draft right now. With the first pick, we are choosing Kevin Durant. It's over. It's over. This rebuild is done, bro. This rebuild is as good as over. We are drafting Kevin Durant. I just traded away almost my entire team, but I do not care. I do not care about anything else. Skipping to the end, ladies and gentlemen, with the first overall pick, we choose Kevin Durant. He's already at 84 overall, a young KD with a slightly experienced Chris Paul, Andre Iguodala. Yo, championships for years to come. It's over. This rebuild is done. Free agency was really about boosting our bench and our second unit. Joe Johnson, Luke Walton. We still got Ginobili. We got Barbosa on the team now. We're bringing back Speedy Claxton. We're bringing back Ginobili, like I said. This team, bro, please. I hope I'm able to sign all these guys. Please, please, please. Let me sign them. Oh, there we go. I had enough money under the salary cap to sign all those players. Ladies and gentlemen, Ginobili, Joe Johnson, and Barbosa, Iggy and Kevin Durant, Luke Walton, Tyson Chandler. Yo, this rebuild is done. I mean, I'm not gonna sign Ronnie Turioff because we kind of don't need him. Darrell Wright, kind of need him, you know, at the small forward position. So now our team is basically complete. I moved Kevin Durant to the power forward position, and the team is complete. Looking at player progression, Chris Paul is now a 93 overall. Tyson Chandler is up there. Iggy is up there. Kevin Durant, his overall slightly went down because his secondary position is center. I didn't mean to do that. I had just changed him to a power forward because I want to keep Iggy at the 3, Kevin Durant at the 4. Because he's a rookie. He don't know what position he wants to play at yet. So let me change that real quick. So Fidels, secondary position, small forward. I wonder if that has any effect on his overall. Oh, his overall is not going down. Let's go. So our starting lineup: Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler, Iggy, Kevin Durant, Manu Ginobili with Joe Johnson coming off the bench, Barbosa. That's offense for days. David West, that's offense for days. Yo, it is over. The rebuild is legit over. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cheese like this and OD and overdo it, but prime CP3, prime KD, no, rookie KD, Tyson Chandler, prime Iggy, It's over. It's over. I'm sorry, guys. Like, this is so unrealistic, but I don't care. It's over. One more dub for 60. There we go. 60 win season. LeBron MVP again. Jesus Christ. Rookie of the year, your boy Kevin Durant, averaging 21 points per game. Like I said, bro, we are the best team in the Eastern Conference. Let me show you guys. 60 wins, 22 L's. Best team in the East. I told you guys, nobody stands a chance. It's over. This rebuild is as good as over. Let me show you guys the player stats, right? So we got Chris Paul. All right, let me organize it. I love the new stat breakdown. It's like a lot more in depth. But Kevin Durant averaged more than CP3. So CP3, rookie KD, Tyson Chandler, Iggy, they all did their thing. No team could beat us. What team is stopping this team? I mean, who is really stopping us, bro? First round matchup against Kendrick Perkins, Paul Millsap, Caron Butler, Kevin Martin, Jameer Nelson, and the Atlanta Hawks. They got Charlie V. That's a good team. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a really good team. I mess with them. But simulating the round, we get the sweep. I told you, they can't stop us, bro. We're gonna sweep our way to the NBA Finals. Tracy McGrady, Prime Mike Miller, Daniel Gibson. We still winning. Let's go. There we go. 4-2. We beat them. So who we're facing off against? The Chicago Bulls and Melo. Jared Dudley, Eddie Curry, Kirk Heinrich. They still about to take that L. In a few years, they might be able to get D Rose. But I'm going to simulate game by game, though. I feel like this might go 7 games. Nope, 3-1 series lead. We got to close them out. We're about to close them out. I was going to do Simcast, but we're in the finals already. Let's go. So, oh, wait. Okay, I pressed the wrong button. I didn't mean to simulate playoffs, but we're in the finals against the Utah Jazz. Who they got? Jared Jacks, Corey Maggette, I remember him. Dwight Howard, and Chris Bosh. Lamar Odom. Who was on... Let me stop. Jared Jeffries and Don... Wasn't he on our team too? I think we let go of him. Anyways, there's no way that this team is beating us. 2-1 series lead. 3-1 series lead. Let's simulate with Simcast. Let's end this on a strong note, bro. Let's end this rebuild on a strong note. The Jazz are not going away. All right, there we go. Looks like this game is as good as ours. The game is coming down to the wire. I kind of want to jump in and watch this. I think I'm going to do that. Since I didn't jump into any other games for this video so far. Kevin Durant, 4 points, 1 of 12 from the field. Rookie KD is choking right now. All right, let's see what they got on this possession. Ball in their hands.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, wow. Inside to Chris Bosh. These two teams are interesting. Bosh with Lamar Odom. Oh, that's a foul. Bro, how is that not a foul?
The defender really didn't make any impact at all.
But this Jazz team is pretty interesting. All they really need is a point guard. Not Jared Jack, though. Oh, why are we bringing the double team? Jack open for 3. Wasn't expecting this, but the Utah Jazz beat us. They forced another game. But it doesn't really matter, though, because at the end of the day, they're not going to beat us. That was a lucky fluke win for them. Anyways, 3-2 series lead. It's time to close them out. Simulate with Simcast, as always. Let's see what we got. We could literally celebrate on our home court. Hopefully, we get the dub. We're blowing them out right now. Look at the blowout. Look at the blowout. It's over. So, ladies and gentlemen, the rebuild is complete. I told you guys, once we got Kevin Durant, it's over. And we have him locked down for the next few seasons with CP3, with Iggy. It's done. It's really over.
It's over. The Charlotte Bobcats are the new NBA champions. All the travel, all the practices, all the meetings, all the games, wins and losses, the emotion, the exhaustion, culminating into tonight.
And whenever you win the NBA championship, there is a level of accomplishment and excitement that really can't be matched, but pretty amazing to have accomplished this goal.
The celebration is here, and this place is going crazy.
The NBA champions. Congratulations to the whole organization and, of course, this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours. You're Bill Russell, Finals MVP.
What an awesome moment for him.